posting the pictures, and then everyone started using the hashtag, hashtag drone gear, which I started, and it just started going crazy. And then I was like, wow, this is awesome. So I started sharing people's pictures and work and content through that hashtag drone gear, which has over, I think, 1.1 million hashtags now.
That's insane.
Yeah, so it's just, and we got 150,000 followers there, and it's just, it's a really, really close community, and we just love supporting each other.
Yeah,
so
that's amazing.
It's been great to create a platform and, you know, and see all these others sort of grow off the back of mine, but being one of the first and a pioneer was been awesome.
That's amazing. Yeah, social media gets such a bad rep these days of how people are having mental health issues and burning out, but you've had positive experiences. And I want to talk about the good side of social media.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how many relationships, friends, you know, I came here from Sydney not knowing, you know, I knew very few people, and all of a sudden you start getting messages from people that are creative, like-minded, like yourself. You link up and they're like, hey, I got a creative project I want to work on, can you help me? Then you start helping each other out, returning the favor, and next minute you start getting work, and it just sort of snowballs into, you know, a really great working relationship and friendship. And yeah, my current relationship now happened through Instagram DM. She contacted me, so not just from drones, but also, you know, my love life as well. So it's been absolutely amazing. And it does get a bad rap, but I think the positives far outweigh any negatives.
That's crazy. I mean, your whole life, really. I mean, now you're in an amazing relationship because of social media with someone you probably would have never met.
Yeah, exactly. And that was through drones. She actually, needed her drone fixed, and that's why she messaged me.
Or so she says. Maybe she thought you were cute.
It was definitely broken. And then, I think
She probably was like, let me get my drone and break this so I can message this guy.
No, it's worked out. So, but yeah, it's been good.
That's amazing. And then work-wise, what cool brands and companies have you worked with through this?
I could go on for a while here, but probably one of the biggest projects that I worked on late last year was a Ford commercial for, the director was Wally Pfister, who was is an Academy Award winner for Inception. And he also worked on The Italian Job, Batman with Christopher Nolan. So he was literally operating the camera and I was flying the drone. So we were like shoulder to shoulder. He was the director, but he's a very hands-on director, still using the camera. So that was huge, and those commercials were featured on the World Series ads and also the Super Bowl halftime. And there was like 3 or 4 of my drone shots in the Super Bowl halftime, which is the pinnacle of advertising. So done a bunch with our company, Drone Gear Productions, has done a bunch of stuff for Netflix. Hulu, I got my New York crew that just last night did a shoot in Pennsylvania for Netflix. I shot for Nat Geo last week. Honda, multiple Honda commercials this year.
So all of this from social media.
Yeah.
How did do they DM you, or now they like people word of mouth at this point?
At this stage, it's like our brand, and it's just having done jobs and worked on these big productions. Producers know who you are. They see the work that you do, and they want to keep working with you. So it's purely you sort of work. You get an opportunity. You have to step up to that opportunity, nail it, and then it's sort of, it just keeps coming. And then obviously advertising, showing that commercial on social media, and BTS has been a huge part of what I do, like taking behind the scenes photos.
Which you did today here.
Yeah, we've done that already. And so that's a huge part, because a lot of people want to see the behind the scenes. On a lot of the big ones, you can't. So you've got to try and do it like on the sneaky and the sly and not show any talent or any new cars or anything like that, because then you can get in legal trouble. But wherever we can, like I've always got my camera and I'm doing BTS photos of like the set life that everyone likes to call it. So, and everyone likes to see that because, you know, they aspire to sort of get to that level. So, yeah. So,
you know, you have been able to balance this life of social media. What is your secret? Because a lot of people burn out. They're trying to take the likes away from Instagram now because it's affecting people. Why didn't that affect you? And
I mean,
what do you do?
I've definitely had it. Like the whole burnout is definitely real. I think I've taken a step back because I have to post every day. You don't have to post every day. Post when you want. Less is more, you know, quality over quantity. So I think that perception of everyone these days, like, I've got to do a post every day. It's like, no, you don't. Like, just post whenever you feel like it. If you're having a bit of a down day and you just need some you time, go out and do it. Don't post, and just decompress and post when you feel like it. So now I just post a little bit less, but then when I do post and I'm feeling it, sometimes I might post twice a day, you know? So I think it's just like making that judgment call yourself, because, you know, it's not always high, and we have those lows, and we're allowed to just,
take time for yourself and give the quality of the content. That's what people are there for.
Exactly. I think too with drone gear, I've reached out to people, and people have reached out to me. They're like, hey, can I intern for you? Can I come? And like, I'll give them access to the account if their content is good. And I've done that with like 7 or 8 people around the world who I know and trust, and they've got access. They can go in and do a story. So it's also letting go of control and letting other people in to help you and relieve that pressure of social media.
How did you get that ability to let go?
It's hard. It's hard. Sometimes, you know, when you built something and it's your baby, you can be a bit of a control freak. But I think ultimately, you just want to, with growth, you have to let go. And that's what I've also done with Drone Gear Productions now, is I've had a business partner come in who's a producer. He's been in advertising, and he's relieved a huge amount of pressure for me. He takes care of all the paperwork, the invoicing, the insurance certificates, like the FAA waivers, all the paperwork just to get on a job. What a lot of people don't realize with drones is, as cool as the visuals are, the paperwork is an absolute...
There's a lot of laws where a drone can go.
It's just a nightmare, and different cities, and you can't fly in national parks and state parks, and there's all these different jurisdictions. So having someone that takes care of all of that for me, I can just turn up on the day and do my job. So yeah, reach out, get help when you need it. When your business is growing, definitely look for the right people that are going to lift you up and be an ally. And
that's also the reverse. I was just thinking, you know, not to change the topic, but that people reach out to you on social media, that a fan could actually DM you and ask for a job, and you could say yes.
Yeah, well, the beauty about having the followers that we have, they're all drone people, they're all passionate about drones. You get to know who the good drone operators are. So yeah, we just put a crew, I think it's their 3rd Netflix series. Again, productions can't always afford to pay our team to fly from LA all the way to the East Coast. So to create jobs, and again, that relationship, Tim, who just did this Netflix shoot for me with his team, I was coming to New York to do a shoot for Tiffin, and he saw that. He's like, hey, can I come and just hang out for the day and shadow you? And he ended up picking me up from the airport, driving us out to the location, hanging with us all day, flying his drone. Now of him reaching out and hanging with us for a day and just, you know, wanting to be part of it, I'm now getting him work, you know, and that's really great, seeing him going out and crush it. And so yeah, creating jobs has been really, so cool. Really great.
And if there was is this mainly on Instagram, or do you also, obviously this is video as well?
Yeah, Instagram is where people sort of contact and reach out, but then we get each other's phone numbers, and then
it turns to real life.
Turns to real life and emails, and we just sort of go from there. But it seems to be Instagram is obviously my strongest platform, and that's where the first contact is made, and then it's sort of, you see what they do for their work, see the quality, and you're like, wow, these guys are really good, we can work with them. So.
Did you ever think your life would become this from just starting that profile a long time ago?
No, like I was in Sydney, Australia, this little surf town. I was actually a carpenter and a builder by trade. That's what I did in a family business, and I started doing the marketing, all the photos of the houses we built. We built these beautiful architectural houses on beaches and cliffs in Sydney. And my passion and love for photography and video then led to creating this account. And it was just, so yeah, coming from, you know, humble beginnings as a carpenter to sort of being now here in Hollywood working with Academy Award winners, like you could, like if you said that to me back then, hey, in 10 years from now, you're going to be here doing this, I would have laughed in their face, you know?
That's crazy.
So yeah, it's been quite the roller coaster.
So if someone wants to have like a career in social media and have a positive mental health state, besides for, as we were talking about earlier, not always posting, what else do you suggest so they can really grow the way that you have?
I think, you know, being persistent, like again, reaching out to people, you know, cold calling. I remember like when I first started, sending 100 emails out to companies because I started the YouTube channel. And that was a big sort of jump to put myself in front of the camera. I'm like, okay, here we go. I'm micing myself up. I'm supposed to be an expert. And I don't know everything, but for people, I think it's reaching out, you know, breaking that barrier, whether it's through email or even cold calling someone and going, hey, is there any work? This is what I do. So you can definitely go past social media and grow. And but yeah, it takes a lot of rejection, and I thrive on rejection. I absolutely love it, actually. Tell me no. You know, I kind of live for that.
Why do you thrive? Like, what are you thinking when you're told no?
I think it's like, oh, I'm not good enough, but I am good enough. You know, it's like, I don't know.
I have to show you how good I am. Let me work harder.
I thrive on it because not everyone understands content and also gets it. You see companies and you turn the TV on every day and you're like, wow, someone got paid to make that video. I can do better than that. So there's daily inspiration every time you turn the TV on. So
that's amazing. That makes me inspired, and I know it will make our viewers. There's a trend early on the show of people creating their own realities, just like you.
Yeah, definitely. Just like it's hard to break that barrier, but you just have to be consistent and take the rejection and don't take it personally. That's for sure. You can live a happy life on social media. It's not as bad as everyone says it is. You can. So to change the topic, I know you wanted to dedicate this episode to a friend of yours that recently passed away. Yeah, it's been a